Why you should not fear desire. All of us humans on this planet have this innate plug-in to be able to feel desire, in not only many forms, ranging to things that are important and not as important. The main idea is that many of us have suppressed our desires because of systematic conditioning based from society and where we've grown up from. This hinders our creative process, which all humans have as a natural gift. This gift is the gift to desire. When one has a desire, it is often fulfilled, especially if it is considered worthy enough and compatible with the life circumstances around the person. Though many of these desires are ruled out because of the people or the circumstances. And so this leads to suppressing one's desires or even their purpose. This is why many people on the planet today are depressed or out of sorts and are following a path that does not serve them. When we are truly able to express our inner child and its true nature, to desire not only but also just feel free, we inhibit the creative process that not only makes this world a better place, but raises our vibration exponentially. And so, whether your conditioning distorts your desires is only a matter of you being in alignment enough to that desire. If you really want to create something but you fear the possibility of failure, you are really not focused on the desire, but that of old conditioning. Any limiting beliefs we uphold along our life come from our own reflection of how we see ourselves. This can be based off others, stories, comparisons, stigmas, you name it. Anything that does not aid the capability to believe in your desire is not really you as a person. These are old belief systems based on paradigms that didn't serve creation in the first place. If the first idea you had about your desires was interrupted immediately by a fear that relates to self-worth, this means you're taking the story of personhood to heart, which you shouldn't give to yourself. It is a problem to not only have a desire, but it's even worse to have one that you know isn't being fulfilled. The reason many minds falter when creating is not because they lack a gift to desire, but because they view it as something not made for them. If you view yourself as the person in the story instead of the one who experiences the story, your desire will only be met with that of the story. Your divine nature does not discriminate upon itself, only the human mind does. That which you mix with Creator's nature will expedite results. Just like you as consciousness entertaining a thought, the energy that comes with it is creation. Simply meaning, what you fuel the fire with is what will keep it going. Your desire is in itself an encapsulated reality of its own. Life outside of it, thoughts outside of it, can intermingle alone to the vast quantities of consciousness, that your singular urge to create comes from what roots you as a human being into meaning. The natural instinct of the mind is to come to conclusions and find meaning. The highest form of this is expressed through desire. The desire itself is a gift from Source, greater than the mind alone. The mind is merely the translator for the energy that wants to express itself. When you allow your creative energy to express itself, without fear or shame, an expression of art, similar to the creation of nature, manifests itself. Whether it be music, writing, drawing, painting, talking, or building, the egoless desire to create will always be made from the basis of no mind, meaning that interference of unhelpful, non-related thoughts. The desire itself is a gift from Source, greater than the mind alone. The mind is merely the translator for the energy that wants to express itself. When you allow your creative energy to express itself, without fear or shame, an expression of art, similar to the creation of nature, manifests itself. Whether it be music, writing, drawing, painting, talking, or building, the egoless desire to create will always be made from the basis of no mind, meaning that interference of unhelpful non-related thoughts would be non-existent. It was purely the straight focus upon the desire that drove creation itself to manifest. A desire with too much level of personhood will introduce doubt and what-if thoughts. A desire that moves freely is the urge to create without blockages of the mind. When we tap into something greater than the pool of the mind for assistance, transmissions from above in the form of thoughts arrive. It is the intuitive knowing that love is with you at all given times within that desire. In fact, this sense creates a timelessness that pulls you straight into the present moment, allowing for the stream of inspiration to speedily form thoughts. These thoughts are not distorted when the mind is on submission to the awareness you are. When we claim a vibration of passion so strong that all unwanted thoughts bounce off that desire, what is created is something even you as a person cannot own. For not only is the personal self imagined, but the idea that a person could create which you seemingly manifested comes close to a miracle. That is the gift of the divine. When you see that there are no limits to creation, there is no linear or black and white expression. There's only a product of your consciousness. Whether your consciousness is identified with a personal life story or not, this is what grants the freedom. The egoic mind will always claim the person in the sense that so-and-so is creating this experience. When we let go of this, we see that it was the ego that was getting offended when we let go of personhood, not the depths of who we are. The ego wants to claim both wins and losses, therefore implying the barrage of thoughts that put a dampener on one's creative progress. The purity of consciousness itself is the point in which one creates wisdom beyond the mind of intellect. The mind becomes a tool to convey what is already planted deep within the human psyche, beyond the mechanical nature we commonly use. This third dimension may seem like it interrupts your creative progress, but the struggles you face are only in line with your own progressive journey to awakening or enlightenment. They are simply roadblocks that are actually unrelated to your potential itself. Your potential lies in something far more vast and separate in that essence. When we are out of tune and not within the space of our empowerment, the urge of desire cannot exist. It can only exist when you are still and aware that the function of the mind has subsided. Having to reroute our attention back to awareness during the process of creation is one of the most practical ways to ensure that we are fulfilling our purpose. The desire each human has symbolizes the power each seed holds within its fruit. Just imagine what you can change within your family line and community by breaking from these prestigious systems most families have. To truly watch what you desire come to fruition means that you have the ability to sacrifice personhood, self-image, what others think, the status quo and other distractions to cultivate something of meaning. If you got something from this video, please like and subscribe. Peace.